Bartolini here, excuse me. Tanya Bartolini. Happy New Year, everyone. First podcast of the new year. Tanya is a business attorney and business coach. And we're going to talk today about how to multiply your business success and be unshakable in 2022. Plus, we're going to talk a little bit, which is one of Tanya's specialties. How are you actually doing? Are you actually doing as good as you think? Or are you actually doing as bad as you think? And this can help you on some of the days where you let the frustration get the best of you, or maybe lack of progress or apparent progress. Because, and we'll talk with Tanya as well, things aren't always as bad as they seem, and sometimes you might be buying your own BS, and sometimes they're not as good as they seem, and you need to take more action. You need to do more work or be more strategic. So, welcome, Tanya. Thanks for being here.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Happy New Year. I'm very excited to talk about these things.
Amazing, amazing. So we were having a great conversation, and that's why I wanted you on the show, because a lot of what you do is looking at metrics.
Yes.
And we talked about a number of things, because a lot of people, how's your business going? Or how's work? Oh, it's great. Or, oh, business is going really good. Or, oh, it's this and that. Great. How do you know? Or again, like I had mentioned and alluded to a few minutes ago, people that are in the dumps and, oh, this isn't working, or that's not, or this not happening, that's not selling. Things are bad. Well, how do you know? Have you got the online course done? Or have you, I don't know, been networking with a certain amount of people? Have you, do you have somewhere, even though, no, it's not money's just one result, one metric. Let's talk about, you know, as a way, first of all, to multiply business success, because you need to know how you're doing to multiply. What are some good KPIs or key performance indicators people can see how they're doing? Look back perhaps at 2021. And as I always tell people, look at what you gained, look at the success, instead of focusing on, oh, that didn't work or this didn't work, and worrying or fearing or saying, oh, I screwed up, I failed. There is no failure. There's only feedback and learning and growth when you look at it and you reflect what didn't work. So what are some things people can look at for 2021 and the past, and how they actually did? Did this go as well, or did this go as bad as they thought? And then moving forward, what are some great metrics or performance indicators people can use?
So, well, first of all, you have to have a good CRM system, because you have to be able to measure all of these things. You have to be able to measure how well your marketing is doing. Are you actually getting people from your marketing? Are you getting clients from your marketing? Are you converting them, or are you getting bad leads of people who don't really want your products? Right? So if someone already doesn't want it, you're not going to be able to sell it to them. So your conversion rate's going to be really low. But the issue is the marketing, not how you try to convert. So without knowing all these numbers, you really don't know what's going on. You might feel like you're doing great because you're busy, but what are you busy doing? Are you busy, doing busy work, or are you busy doing actual work that's going to generate income for you? So I think to actually know, you have to have the numbers written down. You have to have the metrics. You have to actually follow them, measure them, write them down, and look at them constantly, continuously. Where are you getting your leads?
Right.
What it is that you're doing. And then you can figure out, okay, what are some key performance indicators that I need to have? Right? Do I need to go to networking events? How many? How many people do I need to contact at those networking events? If you have your numbers, you're going to see what you're converting, whether the networking events are working for you or not, which ones are working, which ones are not.
Yeah, exactly. Right? Do I need to stop? Do I need to do more? Do I need to do different networking events? Exactly. Do I need to more Facebook ads or more affiliate connections? Reach out to people who are in and have your people. However, I get, like you and I do, referrals back and forth, because we do different things for similar targets. You need to have affiliate programs, whether it's paid or not, whether it's agreed to refer back and forth, or whether I like compensating people if I'm not able to refer first. I like giving something to say thank you, so they know I'm not just a greedy person, because I do like reciprocity. But to your point, yeah, it's like, is it working? And instead of being busy, and that's, we all get stuck in that treadmill. And to your point, I think we need to know, is this working? and I stayed in certain networking groups too long that weren't working. And it's like, well, wait a minute. I came up for a renewal and payment of dues, and I'm like, how much have I made here? To offset the money I've spent on the networking groups and being a member of the groups, b the time
that's what
there.
gets you.
Yeah, and back in the olden days where you actually got together and didn't do Zoom networking groups, the time it took to get there and get back, is it worth? People often just look at the money speaking metrics. Okay, I'm spending X amount. Well, I'm making Y amount. Yeah, that's okay, but think about your time. Is it just the hour or two in the meeting, or are you spending an hour or two prepping or presenting or traveling, if we ever get back to to doing that? So I think and that was something I realized too, just to illustrate your exact point, Tanya. I'm like, this isn't working. I need to stop.
Yeah. Well, I mean, a perfect example is me. Before I started measuring, I had a networking group that I absolutely loved, right? I was talking to people all the time from the networking group. Everybody was great. I was going to the events. I felt like it was doing wonders for my business.
Right.
When it came to renewal, I went back and I looked at all the time that I spent versus the referrals that were coming in, and it was practically non-existent. Even though it felt like it was doing great things, it really wasn't. And so I had to cut loose because, you know what? It was more of a social thing than a business thing.
Yeah. Which is fine if you know it's that and you're okay with it being that, to your point, right? I mean,
exactly.
I like to have fun. Life should be fun. A lot of people living lives that are not fun. Life should be fun. I think it should be fun. Right? We work to make money so we can have fun, right? Really, the point of life is to have fun. We work, or we do this, or we're doing our business so we can, spend time with family and spend money on cool trips with family so we can have fun. The point is life to have fun.
It is. You have to enjoy your work, and you have to enjoy the money that you make out of it so that you can enjoy your life and your family and friends. And yes, but when you're in business and you're doing business networking, that business networking needs to give you an ROI.
Right on.
Otherwise, it's only socializing.
Yeah. And exactly. Unless you're okay with that, which is cool. But you're right. If it's no, I'm here to do business. I don't really like these people. Then you're right.
Well, you don't want to do business with people you don't like anyway.
And this is a very good point. A very good point.
It's those 80-20 rules kind of things. And it really, I have fired clients before because they were too difficult and there was no way that I can make them happy, not because of anything I did, but because of what they were expecting. And it really freed up the time to better serve the other clients and get clients who are more aligned with me.
And that is so let's talk more about that, because that's a key. Because I want to go back to your CRM point earlier too, because these are two things I didn't quite do when I started, and it screwed me up, my business up, right? I didn't have a CRM that would in fact, let's go there because we're there. I didn't have a CRM that I used spreadsheets, so I didn't have a proper CRM that would alert me, hey, it's time to call Bob, or hey, you got to follow up with Sheila. I couldn't, blast a bunch of people my newsletter or my tip of the day, or hey, James's raw real 30 seconds for today for you, or a thing or an event or whatever I was having. It was hard to keep track of people, what was going on with who, where each person was, were they about to buy, did I just meet them, did they already buy, and so I agree with you there. I really think a CRM is powerful, and I didn't get the value of it until I actually got a good CRM. I think that's a very valid point too, because a good CRM will do so much for you. I mean, tracking, reporting. I use Zoho, not that it's the best or worst, but I like it, and it tracks where and when I set up a customer, it's what leads are coming from, so that I can see, okay, where are most of my customers, my legitimate leads coming from, and the most of the ones that I close. Oh, they're actually coming from blank. And right now they're coming from LinkedIn connections and making connection people on LinkedIn. That's also great. I'll keep doing that. What should I stop? Okay, ABC isn't working. Maybe I'll stop and I'll do something different, to your point, because we need to measure. And without measuring, maybe you don't know that you're not doing as well as you think, or you don't know that you are doing better than you think.
Yes.
So I love your point about CRM. I love the point about CRM. But let's talk about doing business with people you love. And what happens when you do business with people you don't love? I'd love you to start, and then I'll follow it on.
Okay, so I want to clarify that just because you have a hard client or a difficult client does not mean that you do not want to do business with them, right? So having challenges is good because it challenges you to be better at what you do, to deliver better products, okay? But when you have a client who is really just not a good fit, I mean, no matter what you do for them, they're just not happy. And you know you're giving them good products, you know you're giving them good service, good work, and they're just not happy, you need to let them go. You know, unfortunately, you do, because one is their expectations and your expectations are not aligned, right? It's not working for either of you. They're unhappy, you're unhappy, and they're probably better off finding someone who's going to better align with them. And you're going to be better off having them out of your life so that you have the room and the time to service other people who are also aligned with you. Sure. And look, there are 8 billion people in the world. Not everybody's going to want to work with you. Not everybody's going to like you. You're not going to like everybody. But there's someone for everyone, right?
Right. And nor do you want everyone to like you, because otherwise your message, your service, your thing, you are lukewarm, and people are like, yeah, he's okay. Yeah, she's okay. No one hates you. No one loves you. But that means no one's going to do business with you. If they've just, oh, yeah, they're okay. They're not going to refer you. If, oh, yeah, he's okay. She's all right. You know, that you want that polarization. And when you have, I say embrace the haters, because when you have haters or people chirping you or complaining, you have proof. It's living proof you have a powerful message. Your message is getting out there, and you're resonating with some and not with others. And that's what you want, versus being like this whole society we have of, oh, we got to be likable and I got everyone to like me. And anyways, I digress.
No, you have to be yourself. You have to give good products, good service. You have to be customer oriented, but you also have to be yourself.
Yes.
Right. And there's 1,000 ways of doing the same thing and doing something and getting the same result.
Yeah.
Right. So it doesn't matter how you do it. Use your own way, use yourself, your personality, and attract the people who are going to like you for you. Not for who you think they want you to be. That just gets way too time consuming and exhausting.
Exactly. And you feel purposeless. You don't feel fulfilled because you're not who you are. Plus, I have found that was limiting me from attracting clients, great clients and the right clients and high paying clients. It's because I wasn't being me, and people are buying you. They want to buy you. We're all, you know, whether you're a salesperson, a business owner, business leader, they're buying you. That's who they want to do business with. That's why there's salespeople, not robots. That's why there's business owners, not people talking to AI all day long and artificial intelligence, right? So I made that mistake too, and just not being myself. And now, from a very caring and empowering way, I hold the mirror up for people, showing them, well, that may not be exactly true, or you may be buying your own BS a little bit there. And people love it. They're like, oh my, you're right. No one talks like this. This is so useful. Thank you. And I was afraid to go there at first years ago. But again, I'm like, is this who you really want to be? How you're being? And people like, no, you're right. Damn it. Thank you. And it's so funny. So illustrating and pointing exactly, I was having trouble, you know, people buying from me because I was doing this when I was actually this, and they wanted this, and I was selling, giving this. And so that prevented people from buying from me. So that could, if someone's struggling with sales or conversions or attracting the right people, that could be it right there. Are you being actually who you want to be? Are you being you? Very cool.
Yes. I mean, you're not going to work with everybody. So you may as well work with people who want to work with the authentic you.
Yep.
And then you're happier. And they're happier.
You know? Well, exactly. Well, and you mentioned there's 8 billion people, 8-ish billion people in the world. 1%, if 1% of people want to work with you, that's still 7.5 million people. 7.5 million people. If only 1% of the world loves you and everyone else hates you, right? So be you, because I guarantee there's going to be some people that love you. So I think that's a very valid. Plus, I have found out about you, Tanya. I found that the wrong client can be just a drain of time and energy, and it cost me 3 times what I made with them.
Yes.
It can be just a drain and a suck. So either have boundaries or fire clients, or both, right? Whatever you need to do. Boundaries can create turn a problem client into a good client, and if that doesn't work, let them go.
Well, and boundaries, those are also key performance indicators. You can have boundaries for your clients. You can have rules and regulations for working with you to your clients, whether you're a coach, a consultant, an attorney, a restaurant owner, whatever it is, you can always set the boundaries of who can come in, who cannot. Obviously without discriminating, obviously without breaking the law. But as far as personality wise, who you want to work with, how you want them to act, if you don't want people to contact you after 5, you let them know these are my rules, and some people will really appreciate it. And those are the people that you're going to want to work with. It's all about the alignment.
Right on. I want to switch gears in a minute to more mindset and knowledge and imposter syndrome, as we were talking about. But and maybe one of the last 2 or 3 quick KPIs that really make a difference, and see people saying, "Am I doing actually as bad as I think, or am I doing as good as I think? And do I need to pivot or shift?"
So, okay, I don't think I understand your question.
Sure. So what are a couple other KPIs that you find are very, very important and almost mandatory to monitor? Any other KPIs?
Okay, so for performance indicators is you have to figure out what is important for you based on your business plan and your goals. Okay.
Sure.
A big performance indicator is obviously income. Okay. Profit can, if you want, be a performance indicator. However, everybody knows you can always manipulate the numbers to show higher or lower profit. So you're better off going with expenses and income as opposed to what your profit margin is. Another key performance indicator is deadlines. Okay, is everybody meeting the deadlines that are put on them? Are you putting deadlines on all the work that you're getting? Because if you don't have deadlines, people tend to procrastinate. People tend to wait to the last minute. And you don't want to do that. You want to underpromise and overdeliver.
Right on.
Right. So self-imposed deadlines can be performance indicators that are very important.
I think that's good, because otherwise things slip and other things get in the way. And you need like you said, deadlines and some consequences, or make a commitment to someone else, because we're way more likely to follow through on a commitment we make to someone else than we are for ourselves. So I love that point. Make a commitment, a deadline for yourself, and not that it can't shift if it's valid. Avoid getting all anxious and staying up till 1 a.m. trying to get something done just because you have an arbitrary deadline. However, I do think it's important by when, and make a commitment either to yourself or someone else, and maybe give it some teeth. You're gonna donate, I don't know, $100 or $1,000 if it doesn't get done, and if it does get done, maybe you treat yourself to a massage or a dinner or a whatever.
Yes,
I like that one a
lot. One thing that just came to mind, I hope you don't mind, when you said staying up till 1 a.m. to work. Okay, find the best time for you. What is your most productive time? And make sure you utilize it for productivity. Some people, that's first thing in the morning, let's say 5 a.m. to 7 a.m. That's my most productive time, right? So I like to wake up early. I get everything done. Before anybody even starts working, I'm already halfway done with my day. Other people work better 10, 11 after lunch. Other people work better at 3 a.m., right? As a business owner, you have the luxury of working whenever you want to. Sure. So if you know your most productive time and you utilize it, you will cut your day in half.
This is true. I agree. And because I've done that, I think I got to start getting up earlier. My New Year's resolution now, because I think my more productive time is morning, and then you get so much done, and then by the time you're waning anyways in the afternoon, you have more of the important stuff done. You're like, all right, I can do some stuff and putter as my brain starts to
Close off.
close off fatigue for the day. Yeah, that's a very good point. And not having to do the 9 to 5. If you're an entrepreneur or if you own a business or a business leader, when are you at your best? When are you at your best? And heck, I've even coached people who've negotiated with their boss, if they do work with someone else, negotiate with your boss. Hey, I'm at my best. I'll produce 1.5 to 2 times as much if you let me work earlier and leave earlier at 2 or 3, or work later and maybe start at, I don't know, 10, 11, 12 and work till 7, 8, 9. And I mean, in today's world where everything's international anyways, that might allow you to serve different clients and more clients. So they've negotiated by showing and proving, ask for a week or 2 to prove you'll have higher output and do it. And you'd be surprised. If they say no to you having higher output, you may be at the wrong place. Or it's time to start your own business. But that's a suggestion I found that has worked as well. The proof is in the pudding. Say, I'll prove it to you. Give me a week or 2 or a month or whatever. And this is an idea I have for higher performance, even if it's just me doing it, implementing it. I know it hasn't been done before, and let's try it. So I love that idea. I love that idea. How about and this is so important. I want people to really get that this is so important, because how do you multiply your business success if you don't know actually how successful you're being? If it's an arbitrary, yeah, I was good, or yeah, I was bad, or yeah, I made 200K last year. However, to your point earlier, if you blew 180 of it on marketing or business stuff and only had 20K profit, is that the business you want? Are you doing all this work for 20K a profit? Probably not. So what's working, what's not working? So I think KPIs are such a good baseline to look at. Or you're thinking, I only made, I don't know, 60K or 70 or whatever, 80K last year. Oh, it sucked and blah, 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 blah. I didn't meet my goals, and you get down yourself. But maybe you implement a CRM. Maybe you have lined up great contacts and a lot of affiliates. Maybe you've gotten a new online course done. Maybe you've created something new, or you've gotten some from last year. You've looked at last year. Okay, what worked, what didn't work? How do we do it even better? Always be making your stuff better and better and better. I do all my stuff, courses, trainings, online stuff, presentations, talks. I'm always making them better. There's no failure. There's only feedback, right? So that's the thing. With that theme in mind, how about one last, because we're getting on to time here, one last quick important KPI that people need to look at if they want to multiply their business?
So I don't know that I would call it a KPI, but if you're like me, I'm a lifelong learner. I'm always reading. I'm always trying to find out new ways and new things and growing. And that's how you can serve yourself and other people.
Sure.
The one thing is, knowledge is power if you implement it.
That's true.
Right? True. Otherwise, it's nothing. So it's the same thing with the mindset. And, you keep learning everything, but implement it. Don't sit there and overthink and try to figure out what's the best way. And no, you're in business. Don't be so afraid to try new things. And so what if you fail? Like you said, there's no failure. There's only ways to learn and how to get better and how to do things better. So learn, implement, tweak.
Exactly.
Learn, implement, tweak, right?
Keep
and
doing
that's
and doing.
How you get to success.
Yeah. Right on. No failure, only feedback. And it's great. Actually, I got these 3 here. I can't resist. I got these 3 plaques I want to put up behind me. And if I can get these out really quickly, it goes like this. It goes execute, and then it goes failure. And as you see, a temporary state where the most valuable lessons are learned. And then, of course, naturally, well, that's the wrong one. Success. and it's so true. You really need to look at that, because there is no failure. There's only feedback anyways. I think that's a very important frame for people to get. So thank you for bringing that up. Always be learning. And I totally agree with you. I wouldn't be a very good trainer of communication, leadership, NLP, and anti-imposter syndrome if I wasn't always learning and growing and shifting and changing myself. So to your point, exactly. And I want everyone to see this is why networking and talking and building relationships versus being transactional because Tanya and I have a great referral system back and forth. She does a lot of the business coaching. She does some metrics and KPI. I'm excited to talk about some of my stuff with her. And I do a lot of the training, the tools, the sales, the knowledge skills, the getting rid of imposter syndrome, the communication tools, and how to be, perseverant, how to be persuasive, how to be influential. So again, just like Tanya and I have, find people who have similar people who would also want what you have. And there's no overlap. Even if there's some overlap, big deal. It's okay, because we each have our own lane in what we do, and it works so well. So I guess that's one of my final thoughts is, to your point, have great people, have a great mindset, always be learning and always be connecting with great people as well. And maybe measure your success also on great connections. I'll leave you as one last, James's key performance indicator or success metric. Do you have great people in your network? And I mean, yeah, my people are good. No. Do you have great people or up to great stuff, take action, doing well? They don't have to have $1 million businesses or $1 billion businesses, but are they up to things? Are they taking action, doing stuff? Are they talking to you, referring? Are you staying in touch with your people and your customers and your referral partners? Because I think there's a lot of stuff going on lately, and I think transactional businesses are going to die. It's those relationship businesses that are going to really win and succeed. And I see, Tanya she's agreeing too. It's all about relationship. Forget about your shtick or your commodity, if you will, in the world. Focus on relationships and have kick-ass relationships. And I promise you, your business will grow and your business will multiply and your success will too.
Yes.
This has been amazing, Tanya. Thank you so much for being here. So that was how to multiply your business success and be unshakable in 2022. If you guys want to reach Tanya, again, business attorney and business coach, businessandbeyondllc.com or contact@businessandbeyondllc.com. Tanya, thanks. We'll have to do this again. Thanks again for being here. We'll have to do another one of these. I had a lot of fun with you and hope you did as well.
Yes, thank you. And I will continue to refer you business to
Likewise.
help my clients with their mindset and their leadership and everything else that goes beyond those basic fundamental business.
Right on. And likewise too. And again, guys, this is create those relationships. Like, you see what you do when you create great relationships and you aim to help, aim to serve, I love promoting people. So I have them on my podcast, aim to serve and give. And I promise you, cool shit will happen. I promise you. So it's been a pleasure again, Tanya. Happy New Year, everyone. Happy New Year, Tanya. Thanks for your time as well. And everyone go have your best